Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Movie Social. We're your hosts, Ricky and Steph.
What up, what up, what up?
Today's episode of Movie Social, we're going to be finally doing a review on much anticipated and very, very long awaited Disney Plus main events. Because I'm more than sure most of us here purchased a Disney Plus subscription just in anticipation for the Star Wars series and also the MCU series. And finally we have WandaVision here. Whether you like it or not, it's finally here. And this is going to be our review on it. Now, before we get into that review, if you appreciate Movie Social and you like what we're doing here and you want to support us, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, like the video and turn on notifications and share the video on the channel with your family and friends. It'll definitely be a big help to us and be very much appreciated. And so, Steph, do you think this WandaVision is worth people's time as of right now? We only got the first 2 episodes.
That's why I'm going to say it's worth your time. It's 2 episodes. You got to let it warm up, you know. You got to let it see how far it gets. So, yeah, I think it was worth time. I enjoyed it for what it was worth. And again, it went back very, very quickly. So, for the first 2 episodes, I definitely think it's worth your, hour, 40 minutes, something like that?
Oh, yeah, for the first 2 episodes, it was, 30 minutes at each? And for me, yes, it is worth people's time, in my opinion. One, if you're a Marvel fan and you follow all the MCU, it's got to be worth your time because it's tied in with the future-length films. Everything's connected in the MCU, as always. And honestly, it's too soon to really pass some serious judgment on it.
Facts.
But they do have to pick up some pace, though. I honestly will say that, though. Marvel needs to pick up some pace. Episode 3 has to have some more details and explanation into the journey here.
So, I think they did pick up the pace at the end of 2.
I mean, yes, but... Anyway.
Some interesting things that occur.
Now, we're going to head into our next portion of this where we get into the social bit now. You got our opinion on whether or not it's worth your time. Now we're just going to go into how we feel about this and get into a dialogue with these first 2 episodes. Yeah, like you were saying at the end of the second one, yeah, you definitely see they switched into another sitcom realm.
Yeah, they got color.
Yeah, definitely. Finally. New time frame as well.
Okay. Yeah, something interesting happened with the sound when the person from the manhole.
Yeah,
and then she said, it's so confusing because she said no, and then it did a rewind, and then it played itself out again.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's some interesting things that are going on.
So that and the fact that a lot of people that have followed the MCU knows about the symbol that popped up in episode 1 at the end, and also with the helicopter on episode 2.
Yep.
So we know what's going to soon to come, but to me it's a matter of how long this takes with Marvel. I'm hoping episode 3 starts to shed a lot of light on a lot of things, because it was becoming too much of a sitcom to me.
Really?
Especially with, I'm okay with black and white, but it was just like some moments were kind of dull.
So the first one definitely to me was a sitcom. That was undoubtedly a sitcom. You know, like the Bewitched, and it kind of had when that second episode came on, it was like a kind of like a Bewitched opening. So that one definitely is the first episode, but as the first episode ended, with his wife, which I loved her from that 70s show, just kept saying the same thing over and over again. It's it felt like, okay, now this is about to be a mystery a little bit. Yeah. And then it segued into episode 2, And then the little mystery bits and tidbits started to come out, especially like with the red helicopter,
Yeah.
the red blood and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
and then the fact of how once she started bleeding, how things started changing up a bit, and then went right back into shape.
Yeah.
But it's just like I think a lot of us expected a lot more from Marvel to kick this off. But granted, this really wasn't supposed to be the first MCU series. Falcon and Winter Soldier were supposed to, but COVID has caused that to be delayed still. So I don't know how that's going to all play, but we'll see, because all these do tie in eventually at some point to the actual movies. This is officially the kickoff for Phase 4, which it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, I mean, which one was it supposed to be the start of Phase 4, if I'm correct, right? Black Widow, right? Or was that supposed to be the end of Phase 3?
Technically, Black Widow was supposed to be in its own time frame. It had no Black Widow officially by the hit bigwigs and Kevin and all for Marvel said it has no bearing on the MCU timeline, because technically this is between Civil War and Infinity War and all that.
Well, I liked it.
I like it because, hey, I'm an MCU fan, and I really can't wait till we get further in.
Yeah, I definitely think we're gonna get, it's gonna divulge a little bit more. I do think, if I'm not mistaken, it was rumored that this is gonna be the first season is gonna be 10 episodes.
But between 10 or 8.
Yeah, 8.
So I think most of them are around 8 or 10.
So I think with them having that, that episode amount in their head, that's going to be, I think it's definitely going to pick up soon. I feel like it has to.
One thing, though, I will say I'm not liking Disney. Why do you have these big shows only 30 minutes? Mandalorian, 30 minutes. WandaVision, 30 minutes. I believe Falcon and Winter Soldier is 30 minutes. I believe Loki is 30 minutes. I'm like...
I get it.
I can't stand these streaming services when we have 30-minute shows and then we gotta wait a whole week for another episode. It's like
30-minute shows for weekly shows, depending on what kind of it is, feels like more so. I don't know. I don't know many 30-minute weekly.
Most 30-minute shows that are weekly are like comedy sitcoms and stuff. Things that are meant for humor and that don't have like action and stuff. Most shows on regular TV is an hour with commercials, 45 minutes without. I wouldn't even mind 45-minute shows with no commercials. But it is what it is. What are you guys thinking about for the WandaVision and the rest of the MCU? How you think everything's going to play out? Are you enjoying this so far? Are you happy that we finally, after over 18 months, have something from the MCU yet again? What are your thoughts? Let us know. Until next time.